the stock on a spike. We get Vishesh Info Techniques also up on our screen. If you look at that stock, it's risen nearly 26%, 25.25% over the last 30 days. 14% spike has come in just over the last 18% spike, in fact, over the last 14 days. And we're going to be discussing what the prospects of the company are with Sanjiv Bhavnani, Managing Director of Vishesh Info Techniques, on the line from Delhi. Mr. Bhavnani, good to have you with us. 42 is the price that we're seeing on your stock there today, 5.25% up. Your latest announcement of an alliance has been with CyberWorks Software. And give us details on what that is going to really be doing, because the way it's been described is that it is going to be an image analyzer which is going to ward off any offensive visuals or data from my computer.
Good afternoon. Yes, the latest that we have with CyberWorks is to control pornography in digital content on real-time basis over any digital network. Essentially, the proliferation of pornography in the workplace and amongst youth is a major problem, and it's a very costly one in the Asian market. It results in productivity in the workplace coming down, encourages sexual harassment, and exposes CEOs to legal liability in criminal proceedings. Because of the widespread application of this technology, which is a path-breaking technology, we find that there would be tremendous scope for building up this technology in India.
Mr. Bhavnani, would want you to quantify that scope. What is the kind of market that there already exists? Is this just for the Asian space, or does CyberWorks have other clients in other geographies that you would be servicing, and what would be the revenue in terms of income? What would you make from this?
Right. Let me first clarify that since the last announcement, there has been a slight change in status. We are working with Image Analyzer, which is the UK-based company, and we would be doing business as Image Analyzer for the Asia-Pacific markets. As part of this business model, we are targeting OEMs, whether they are hardware manufacturers, which means you can talk about anybody who manufactures a computer or a component, maybe even the processor which goes on the computer, to operating systems companies, to companies that come out with security products. With the proliferation of digital devices, whether it's personal computers, hard drives, even PDAs and mobile phones, this is a technology which can be applicable everywhere.
Revenues from, as a result of this, an estimate, a ballpark?
Too early to talk about it. The announcement that we made was only towards the end of July. And currently, we are negotiating with one of the largest companies in this line in the world, which has shown a lot of interest. Maybe there would be some quick breakthroughs.
Mr. Bhavnani, your order book, sir, as it stands for now, and more importantly, the KPO operations for EcoStar, I believe, have started off. The deal size about $20 million. How much can we see coming in tranches either in this quarter, or when can we expect the latest revenue bookings?
The revenues have been coming in since the first quarter itself. There was a fairly reasonable impact to our first quarter revenues because of the EcoStar and also the SMH marketing contract which we had signed up from a UK-based company. We currently have committed business from EMD Telecom of Australia, which precisely means that we could be operating all three ships from our contact center. And we expect the revenues to ramp up continuously over the coming year.
Could you put a figure to that? How much of a revenue and flow do you see coming by because of these orders, maybe by the end of this fiscal?
Beg your pardon?
How much of a revenue enhancement do you see coming in because of these orders, sir?
We definitely are looking at 100% growth over our last year's revenue, which was 78.46 crores. Because of the KPO additions, typically we have an order book of in excess of 110 crores right now. So I think it should be a very workable bet.
Right, Mr. Bhavnani.
We'll have to leave it there, sir. Thanks very much for joining us. Vishesh Info Techniques maintaining its lead of about 5.25%. Take a quick break here. When we come up after the break, minority shareholders at Alembic Glass are protesting against a move by the company to demerge it. More details coming up on Midcap Radar. Stay tuned.